at the ACL final. So
it's an ice special.
Yeah, it's an ice special. I mean, we haven't seen it in a while. It's so nice, so refreshing to see it. Both of them being played out here for day number 2. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, ready to jump straight into the game here. The game has begun. 10 minutes on the clock, and respective team members of TeamMYS on the purple side and Team True Gravity on the orange side have taken the places here on the laning phase. Oh,
double invade.
Double invade here coming off our side. Oh, we do see it's going to be the Snorlax together with Hooper from the side of TeamMYS, putting a little bit of pressure here on the Chansey, and I believe that he's going to get taken down here in the hands of Ice's Snorlax.
This is the issue with Dragonite. Dragonite needs to have a very clean central lane because he can very easily get bullied out by a duo such as Hooper and Snorlax. And because MYS have gone for very independent, very soloable side laners in the Mew and the Lapras, they're free to do this to slow down the progress of that Dragonite and to cause some issues with those rotations. They're basically just following the Dragonair at this point, saying that, okay, wherever you go, will be here as well.
Exactly. Even when the Dragonair actually went straight to the bottom lane. So instead of going into the central area, which he knows is actually currently being invaded, he went straight to the bottom lane and just putting pressure over there because they know that it's actually being cleared out. Meanwhile, here at the top lane, we're seeing on the Team True Gravity side is going to be the Squirtle together with this Blissey having a duo up against Lapras and the Hooper.
This is a really tough lane matchup actually for True Gravity in that top lane. Lapras by itself, very great at poke, unfortunately for the Squirtle.
But doesn't have good secure, unfortunately.
I mean, if it's a level ahead of the Wartortle, Lapras, like there's no way Lapras gets KO'd, but it can poke back the Wartortle. Wartortle's going to have to be the one to sort of sit back. We'll leave those guys to solo in that top lane because everyone else is busy in that central area and scoring points actually. So far, MYS just grouping up together, trying to get all of that experience in the middle lane though. So who's going to get all of the Swablu and Altaria? We've got Nightmew Foxy here as well, just saving his Electro Ball. Will end up getting it here though. We do have the Dragonair sticking around and we do have the Slowbro. It's going to be Surf for Slowbro this game, not the Scald. So coming in with the CC control.
Oh, they have to get the Surf because you can also shove away the opponents away from a hyperspace pull for that Hooper as well. So it could be something that can actually be utilized at a very crucial time. Meanwhile, here comes entry from the Snorlax as well. Goes for a little bit micro point scoring on the side, but it's going to be returning back to the Pokemon Unite Pokemon Center and be meeting Miss Joy in a few short moments, returning back into the fray. Meanwhile, here bottom lane looks a little bit interesting, and we do see 3, or should I say 4 Pokemons here from the time of TeamMYS, meaning leaving this Lapras, having the lane all to himself, defending against this Blissey as well as the Blastoise.
Yeah, I do like what Vulcan is doing. So he's just annoying Yamu, threatening the score, just so that he's able to give that freedom of farm in the top lane for that Blastoise. So level 7 for that Blastoise is good to go. He doesn't have the Hydro Typhoon yet, but as long as he's hit his peak in terms of stats, that's really what you want here for Team True Gravity. Both top and bottom Regis have come into this game, and it looks like the top objective is going to be what everyone is looking at for that moment. Who's going to get the Regieleki, and who's going to start things, who's going to be reacting. Dragonite going to be starting things off, trying to go on top of the Mew, and beautiful 3-man Surf by Duck. Oh, what a Blastoise.
Oh man, look at that. Raido coming in, and of course pair that up together with the Snipes coming up from behind. But meanwhile, here comes Snorlax from behind, managed to actually body slam in hitting off the Blissey together with the internal skin outside from the fray. Meanwhile, the escape with the Surf is going to be on the Blastoise. Attention is going to be an objective, which is going to be the Regieleki here at the top lane, leaving the Reggie at the bottom lane all alone to itself with nobody committing to it. Meanwhile, screening up the team members from TeamMYS is going to be the Blastoise appear together with Hydro Pump. What's going to be? Mew is going to be getting little hands on Reggie, and here comes the pursuit, pushing the Snorlax away. Ice gets cleared out in the hands of the Dragonite, and of course going up for more. Yet another sub being utilized here. Hooper managed to make instant escape with very low HP at the same time as well. And this is going to be enough to actually clear yet the Mimikyu together with the Lapras away from the lanes.
And I think at this point, MYS, they were thinking of trying to push this Regieleki, but it's better be safe than sorry. Back on out. Duck has been a menace on that Blastoise. The number of times he's able to connect on multiple Pokemon with those Surfs and be able to lock them down and set them up for his teammate. Absolutely beautiful play coming out from this man. But at the same time, though, Ice quietly playing an important role for his team as well. He's done such a great job at zoning this Inteleon. He's been utilizing these bushes and these heavy slams to actually gap close onto Inteleon to prevent him from taking these objectives with those snipe shots. And he's going to do it again, utilizing these bushes. Who is he going to jump on? Who does he want to yawn?
Oh yeah, and of course I also want to highlight this idea that for Team True Gravity, both the Blastoise as well as the Slowbro is actually running the surf. So basically they kind of have an idea on how to actually counter the Hyperspace Hole coming up from the Hoopa as well. Oh, look at Ice sniping out that last hit in from the Altaria. And of course coming on sent in here at the bottom lane. Of course, a little bit speeding here. Body Slam once again. He knows it doesn't have the damage output to clear out on anyone at the moment, but it's okay. It's just Ice doing Ice things at the moment. But of course, this next objective is going to be huge, Danny. It's a Registeel.
It's a Registeel, and we only have 3 Pokemon here for both teams. Inteleon sitting on the side. Blissassist connecting, and Hoopa
the
gets
one.
the last hit on the Registeel. We do have the Slow Beam, though, connecting onto HD. That Mimikyu just about to go down. Shedinja Doll keeping him alive, but no, he does go down. Just not enough time for the Mimikyu to get out. But look at this, though. Nightmute Foxy coming in to clean up for the team. There's no Blissey. We've got Ice nearby. Zeshol popping the Unite, but they've caught out the Dragonite here. Akkul's not going to be able to move. Ice says, come here. I want you.
That last hit, it was just a basic attack coming up from the Hoopa and makes it secure in between the Hyper Beams, in between the Surfs, in between all that being offered by Team True Gravity. TeamMYS is doing the plays right now. Of course, here comes a reset coming up from both ends, getting on the yet another Altaria here at the bottom lane. Both sides have its own fair share of range attacks over here. You have the Mew with the Solar Beam. You also have the Electro Beam. Basically, you have the Electro Ball just in case was secure. You also have all the snipes action happening out from Team True Gravity side from the Inteleon. So much things happening on the front lines as well as the back lines here, Danny. Of course, top lane is definitely where our next extension should be. Hydro Pump being committed,
wow.
but of course gets cleared down here and being sandwiched between 3. And I don't think you're able to actually stop the destruction of this goalpost at the top side from Team True Gravity side.
Very big overdunk as well. So the point lead is going to be in favor of MYS, 160 points to 49. And we do have another minute to go before Rayquaza hits the field. Regieleki being taken by MYS. True Gravity going to have to spend some time to deal with that, send someone back, get rid of the Regieleki, don't let it score because we do know that someone can always score in those sneaky points. But what is the play here left for both of these teams? Just secure your levels. Ice being a nuisance, just actually assisting Foxy and HG, but I think Ice might have stuck around a little bit too long. Doesn't want to pop the Unite to keep himself. He's like, it's okay guys, let me go. As long as you get out, it's okay. We wait for the Rayquaza fight. That's the most important thing here for both of these teams. Do not force any premature Unites.
Oh yes, because we're really 20 seconds away. Basically ample amount of time for them to actually
Reggie
secure this final Reggie before the appearance of Rayquaza here at the map itself. Riding up the serve, it's going to be the Slowbro hitting up on 3. It's a damage output going on. Dragonite's going to be the one sniping Reggie around. That's going to be defense and special defense for the team members for a small period of time right now. Of course, disengagement coming up from both ends. They have to be ready. Now, right now, the burden, the responsibility of actually clearing out this Rayquaza is going to be in the hands of Team True Gravity as they're lacking in terms of points. 111 to be exact. The difference between both teams when it comes to points, leaning more towards Team MYS at this current moment. So what is going to be the most optimal approach to this, Danny?
For True Gravity, firstly, they're the ones that's going to have to try and find an opening to either go for that back cap or to take the Rayquaza for themselves. It's not going to be easy. They do have the crowd control, but one of the big things would be to catch out HG like this. Slow Beam and the Inteleon Unite as well. 18 seconds off the map. I think this is when you start to panic as MYS. Buy some time, do what you can, and you can see Ice right now committing his Unite as well, causing stuns, using stutters, slowing them down. Don't give them that opening. Bliss Assist being used on the Inteleon, but Inteleon gets picked off, so that's going to be wasted. But it's not over as of yet. We still have the 2 defenders and the supports left on the side of MYS. Maybe they can try and go for a steal. It's so low. Ice, no. Dragonite securing it with the Hyper Beam. And with only 2 Pokemon on the field, MYS, this is going to be a difficult defense, but True Gravity may have broken through and will be getting their first win of this best of 3 series.
Oh man, you're going to be seeing a number of hundreds here being scored in the faces of Team MYS here, but there's still 38 seconds here on the clock. What are the options that Team MYS has? As at the moment, they don't have any form of shields to actually do any form of scoring. They don't even have much points to turn over around whatever that is being offered here by Team True Gravity at this current moment. The difference is 100. My apologies. It is currently 265 points in between them, leaning more towards the side of Team True Gravity, the Indonesia League champions over here, and down goes once again Another member, 2 members in fact. Oh, that's going to be a trade-off here. They managed to clear out on the Blissey from the side of Team 2 Gravity. TeamMYS still holding on as much as possible, but I believe the game is over, Danny, for this game
True
number 1.
Gravity are on fire today. They are playing with momentum. It is in their favor. They're 1 game over TeamMYS and are 1 game away from beating them and securing top 3 at the tournament at the Pokémon Unite Asia Champions League 2024. It's all smiles. The team is feeling so happy, but MYS,
it's insane because Scyther, given the space, given the levels, because he's going to be amplifying because he's running through the middle, right, the central area. So this is going to be quite scary. And I think that HG is going to be surprising everyone, show everyone how capable Scyther is in a game, especially being a glass cannon Scyther here in this game. I feel like I get it, like Glaceon also could also be a counter,
whoa,
but it takes a little bit of time before that actually happens.
So close for Foxy. If he didn't have the eject button, that would have been curtains for him. Trying to get the counter KO. The EV is burning, but we'll just get onto the goal zone. So thankfully the regen is going to be able to keep that EV going. But these lanes, MYS, when this team is backed into a corner, if there's one thing that they do really well, it's the fact that they get really aggressive. And we're starting to see this with the lane. They're pushing really hard in this bottom lane, but maybe a little bit too hard here because Ice going to be eliminated by this Leafeon Crustal combo. Scyther's down here, so maybe looking to try and go for a punish if someone oversteps their boundaries. HT is waiting. We've got the Spell Blues coming in as well. Looking to get the KO here onto Melon. Just a little bit more. Can't quite finish off this Crustal. The last basic attack will connect. And now HT has to back off. Don't want to get anywhere near Zeshol. A Solar Blade can cut down a Scyther.
Oh, smart play. Because the moment, I think when Weeble went all the way down inside, I think he freaked out. Like, oh no, it's a Leafeon. And you can always imagine like the amount of damage output you can actually come out from this Pokemon itself. The Solar Blade and all this. And we're Cider, we're taking to the bottom lane. Quite unfortunate he can only get on the Weeble and not the Leafeon. That would have been a much bigger win for him. But I would guess that HT will just take that. And of course, the Weeble has become crossable here at the bottom lane. Going back into a duo, this could be an opportunity for Cider to actually rotate to the top lane instead, but gotta be careful from Glaceon from time to time as well. So rather than going to the top, sticking around in the middle area, a little bit of assistance here from a teammate because you can't afford to actually go all alone here, especially when you do see this rotation by the Eldegoss together with Glaceon in the central area.
Yeah, and we are seeing Icy Wind on the Glaceon this game, so not going to be the Icicle Spears. An equally deadly move, especially if it locks onto HT's Scyther. They're going to try and pressure up this top lane here, trying to slow down Yemi with these basic attacks on that Eldegoss. But look at this, though, body blocks coming in from the Clefable. You're not taking my teammate, buddy. We're all grouped up and we're ready to go. But Zeshol has other plans, hiding in that bush, maybe looking to surprise in that top lane, and HT has just left. So we could be seeing a disaster up here as this Leafeon comes in. The Solar Blade does connect, and they do end up getting Foxy on that Inteleon. First KO, looking to get another one here onto the Clefable. Yang just wasting time, gonna steal those citrus berries away. He knows he's donezo's here, so...
Yeah, he tried to grab both of the citrus berry over there, but then because of the speed flux, you're not on your side, buddy. So that means that, of course, the Horn Leech here driving the Swablu together with Alterius here and getting all to himself. And the next objective is definitely going to be on his Reggie still here at the bottom line. It is going to be a 3-man movement here coming from the side of TeamMYS. A little bit too late there from Team True Gravity. Depletion by the Eldegoss together with this Leafeon on that follow-up. But it's okay. This Reggie Lecky is marching its way through the top lane, pushing and keeping at bay the Clefable together with the Blastoise, handling that Reggie.
Yeah. The game is still pretty even so far, so even though True Gravity were able to get those knockouts in the top lane, MYS were able to compensate with that bottom Reggie. The Reggie Alecki is being dealt with, and they're just going to continue on focusing on those levels. Of course, HT on that Scyther, trying to find opportunities to get those quick little KOs, but it's so difficult with the rotations of True Gravity. They're always moving together as a group. They're almost never alone. If he can find somebody alone, knowing HT, he will jump on top of them. They're going to start trying to go onto Duck here, who I believe has gone for Muddy Water for his build. So he's got the damage reduction. It's going to be AoE and very spammable as well. Something you're going to have to worry about as this game goes later and later. But again, I'm curious to see what the idea is behind this Goodra. Is it just to be that very annoying front line that's never going to disappear? Is there something Duck knows that we don't?
Yeah, and also I just want to highlight on this Crustle Malin. He's been forcing so much ejects, being forced out of the opponents right here, and that's something huge, you know, because you want to save that for a rainy day, but by just expanding that route to, gotta be careful. It seems that Leafeon decides to disengage from here, away from the range what Inteleon has to offer. That Horn leads drive. Oh, this time Ice does not have his attack anymore. We saw it being used just a while ago. Of course, Clefable providing a little bit of regeneration of here for his side. Another Rock Tomb being dropped, but this time was not able to actually put this Trevenant in place. Gotta be careful from time to time. We know how devastating it could be in the hands of Team True Gravity. Now, the point difference is not that big. Meanwhile, it does seem there's going to be a commitment over here. Clefable running
the
between
Horn
the two
Leech, double Horn Leech! Oh, they managed to get it, and the Phantom Forest. They do get the Cotton Cloud crash off on this Eldegoss. Nobody's KO'd as of yet, but some big moves have been committed by both sides here, Flavor. Still got the Hydro Typhoon available. Gudra's trying to come into the fight from the backlines, actually finding the Trevenant, so it's a fight of the defenders in that lane, whereas the Leafeon trying to provide support as well. Duck is backing off, feeling a little uncomfortable, but Nightmew Foxy says no. Gudra, go back to base. The fight continues though. We've still got some Unites ready to go if they need to use it. They're going to try and start burning down this Regice. It's not an attack or defensive buff. Tree does go down though, so Ice is going to be out of the picture, and Inteleon securing the buff for the team. But MYS, do they want to fight into this? They're thinking about it, hoping to bait True Gravity. They're playing patiently. Do they fall for this trap? No, they don't.
But the thing is, despite it being 3v3 situation and Kurumum, but Clefable is heavily buffed right now. You have ample amount of regeneration, can take it up, but let's not risk it. But look at this Inteleon charging up that snipe shots over here. Now Gudra, he has a good taste of how much damage that could actually feel. And of course, as usual, Malin is just being a nuisance here with those Rock Tombs from time to time. A lot of pressure, but not much difference between them, Danny. The timer is 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock at the current moment. It's only a 4-point difference, so micro points could just make a difference over here as well. It is a team that TeamMYS is putting on the pressure. Battle to the metal here at the bottom lane this time. Yang getting screened out by this Rock Tomb. Solar Break, being used out by Leafeon as well. Damage is not good enough. Oh, Eldegoss is the first one getting taken down himself, and they managed to chase down the Glaceon for the side with Team 2 Gravity.
Duck tried to go onto the Clefable as well, but with the follow me, he's like, I don't care if you're going to try and come for me. I've got the shields. I can dash out of the way as well. Crystal goes down with no Melon. They don't have any more frontline. Duck is too wounded to fight. Hiding in the bush, going to try and heal up with his passive, but MYS, this commitment for this bottom tier 1 goal zone, it's finally going to pay off, meaning there's no more speed flux for that next bottom Reggie that does decide to spawn. Now, meanwhile, we do still have that top Reggie Aleki for anyone to take if they want to. We've got 45 seconds to go before Rayquaza hits the field, and if you're True Gravity, ideally you try and take this away from MYS so that they have to deal with it, and you have a little bit more free time to just get that last minute experience farm before you have to go for the major objective.
And of course, before all that as well, Reggie Aleki has been cleared out here on top lane by the hands of Team True Gravity. That is going to marching through the top lane, which is going to occupy 2 to 3 Pokemons from Team MYS to fend it off. And there is a little bit time here to actually go for that Reggie objective in the bottom. Meanwhile, so the Horn Leech got the Woodhammer in the face. Malin decides to disengage and make an escape here together with the Gudra towards the right side. But I believe they can actually still sustain a little bit more damage, but just have to be careful. And while all this is happening, Glaceon together with Leafeon, a duo combo, manages to actually get that objective on that Regice, and just in the nick of time, Rayquaza has appeared here in the central area of the Thea Sky Ruins. Now, of course, looking forward to see what the outcome will be here. Team MYS currently has more points than what Team True Gravity has to offer at this current moment. Reminds me of the scenario that actually happened earlier on, but then Team True Gravity managed to make it a turnaround by clearing off the Team M and Team MYS before this. Will it be the same outcome? What will be the point of entry for these two teams in the next few seconds?
Some big rotations. So we have True Gravity coming in from the top side of the Rayquaza pit, but unfortunately for this Leafeon, Zeshal wanted to go for a backstab, but was spotted out by that Blastoise, and we got a team fight breaking out here as True Gravity realizing the situation. They need this Rayquaza getting lifted up by the Whirlwind as well, and it looks like it's going to be MYS to get the Rayquaza for themselves. 3 Pokemon down for True Gravity. It's down to the Glaceon and the Gudra. Gudra just gets eliminated by Nightmew Foxy. And this might just be it for game number 2. MYS looking to tie this series and bring it to a game number 3. They don't want to be taken 2-0. They're here to revenge for their first round in the ACL.
Oh man, look at this. It seems that this is not the outcome that Team True Gravity is looking forward to. A little bit different than what Game 1 was. But of course, TeamMYS, they're at a very comfortable position at this current moment. 33 seconds on the clock, and they have more than 300 plus points difference between 340, my apologies, 356 points difference compared to what Team True Gravity has to offer at this current moment as well. And with more scoring, 100 points here in the hands of this Cliff Fable. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this game number 2 for this lower bracket semi-finals.
We're going to a game 3, folks. MYS are kicking, they're fighting, and especially with how things went for game number 2, they're showing that they have plenty left in this series. They're not out of gas, they're not out of juice, they're just getting warmed up and they're just getting started. And True Gravity, I hope they're ready for this, because down to this final game, this game 3, all the cards are now on the table.
Oh yes.
Whatever's hiding in your pocket, it's time to bring it out now. You have to come in with the surprise. You have to guarantee top 3. I think one of the worst ways to exit a tournament is to play your match and to not give it your all. Because you're going to walk away and say, what if I tried hard?
Everything is early game. None of them have any form of double evolutions. Team True Gravity running double evolutions for it there, and TeamMYS has the Espeon in their hands as well, together with the Zoroarks and the evolution. This is going to be coming hot and fast for this game number 3.
Okay, we are not getting any central area invades at all, so we're going to be seeing Ice heading into that bottom lane to assist his teammates. I'm just trying to look at this comp here for MYS, and I'm trying to think of all the benefits. Like, one of the benefits, if this is Sing Wigglytuff, Sing Wigglytuff is going to power up Espeon because it does lower special defense. But I'm not sure if it's enough to really make Nightmare Foxy that much scary. We are going to get the level 4 on the Wiggly, so we're going to find out what this is for Ice in just a second. But yeah, it's Wiggly Espeon in that bottom lane. What's the build, Ice? I don't know if I saw Sing. I don't think I saw Sing. Or maybe I'm tripping. I didn't have enough coffee yet. We'll find out in just a second. But I will have to say, if I'm going to critique these two teams, I'm a bit worried about the secure ability on MYS, because secure is in favor of True Gravity because they simply have Urshifu.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, Lucario can kind of do it, but more reliably, it's the Urshifu.
I mean, Espeon can do it as well.
Sing.
If they can actually run this.
Okay. So Ice is running Sing Wigglytuff to actually boost Foxy, and also the Sing can provide some assistance for the team. Pretty interesting choice here for Ice.
Could be a good set as well, so this is definitely something that they might want to consider at the same time as well. Yamu charging up over here, coming from behind as well. Got to be careful, they are providing it, but does manage to actually make an escape. It's going to be the Lapras over here. Running this Water Pulse.
Yep, it's Water Pulse.
Yeah.
So the slow is pretty helpful in those fights, and also the sustain is pretty handy too. It's very annoying for HT, because HT doesn't want to be hit by those multiple water pulses. But Ice, just being a nuisance in that bottom lane, is going to go steal some berries, and it's like, no berries for you. You can't keep those berries for team fights. I'm going to eat all those berries. I'm playing the pink Snorlax, the one that sings. Although he might get KO'd here. He's going to try and run away.
Oh man, Wiggly manages to actually escape all that. Forces the eject as well. It's okay. Managed to escape in between 3 Pokemons on the side of Team True Gravity. Both are going to engage. Meanwhile, one of them, Urshifu, decides to actually rotate to a stop lane. Gets a little bit of farming for himself over here. Now, looking at the main course, we do see 2 of them getting a level 7, which is going to be the Espeon together with the Zoroark on the side of Team MYS. Meanwhile, for Lapras together with the Urshifu for the side of Team True Gravity.
Yeah, these eject buttons coming in very clutch here for MYS. We've seen multiple be used to escape some of those moves and to survive. Ice as well as Yamu on the screen. But True Gravity, they're doing pretty well in the lanes. They're not ahead by any means, but they are keeping up in terms of levels. They're not being bullied in these side lanes. They're just kind of enjoying life, waiting for those first major Reggies to pop up on the screen. Registeel is the priority target here for MYS. Now for True Gravity, they are slowly moving their Pokemon down. Urshifu might come a little bit late to this party and maybe too much damage. Nightmare Foxy securing that Registeel for the team. But for True Gravity, though, they are still grouped up in that bottom lane. Do they really want to fight into MYS here?
Not now, especially since Team MYS have just grabbed themselves with a Registeel buff. So I guess now is definitely not a good time for them to engage in any way. If anyone wants to bring in the pain, it has to be Team MYS at this current moment, as they do have the advantage. Now, there's a lot of EOS points scattered around on the map because people not finding the opportunity to actually score any of them right now. So most of them has loads and loads to hold, so there's going to be much longer animation time. This will require a really good team fight to clear out a number of Pokemon from the opponent's side before they can actually get some good scoring upon their faces. Of course, people are just rotating up to the top lane at this current moment. 4 of the team members coming up from Team MYS up against 3 from the side of Team True Gravity currently and itself, and they're definitely going to pay attention closely to this Regieleki. Now, this is definitely going to be giving them a sort of mean look here, holding the Wigglytuff in position. He may be looking cute right now. Gotta be careful. Might just have a lot to offer in this private engagement. Now it's a 3v3 situation. Zoroark leaving a half HP at the moment. Same utilized, holding 2 of them in position, but not enough to hold them in their grab for them to actually go for a save right now, making the 4v4 situation. Jumping in on the inside as well. It's gonna be Urshifu securing the last hit on Regieleki, but Hoopa gets traded off here in hands of the Espeon at the same time in the top lane as well.
So the Regieleki going in favor of True Gravity, but they did lose one of their Pokemon in the process, unfortunately. But this push is going to continue on. Urshifu looking to actually annoy this Eldegoss and send him back to base with a Unite and a Wicked Blow combo. Very big overdunk there as well for True Gravity. But HD coming in, just cleaning up that Umbreon, as well as the Lapras. MYS, they actually want to continue fighting, even though things didn't look good for them. Akul trying to get away with the Throat Chop, going to be charging up the Wicked Blow as well. No KOs, dishing out a little bit of damage, but HT might have overstayed his bounds here. Needs to get out of here. Just a bit of a stagger. He tried to illusion out, but no, finished off by the Hooper.
Oh man, oh man. I think that was a huge win from True Gravity. They were able to actually dish out all the points they've been holding on for the longest time as well, with the assistance of that Regieleki, and of course that huge win of actually clearing out that Zoroark from the side of Team MYS. Although Team MYS, they did manage to actually clear out the Umbreon just a while ago itself, and this time it's going to be a big buff for Team True Gravity as they secured that Regieleki in the bottom lane. It's going to be attack and special attack buff for a period of time for the whole team. And meanwhile, while all that is happening in the bottom lane, this creates an option for Team MYS to do a little bit of point dunking in the faces of Team True Gravity at the top goalpost. By the time they manage to actually return back to the lanes, it's a little too late as they have disengaged and gotten back to the respective lanes. Meanwhile, here in the bottom lane, Wigglytuff together with Eldegoss trying to make an escape. Zero commits as well together with Unite and Bound, being chased down by the Espeon. The damage output is insufficient to take out anyone, Danny.
Yeah. Ice just pops the Unite. It's a reset. Rings Unbound. What is that? I don't know what that move is. I mean, it's a pretty big get out of jail for free card there for MYS. So no fight breaks out at all. No loss for anybody. No big commitments aside from those 1 big Unites. Yeah, both teams are just going to have to wait until the Rayquaza up until this point. But hang on a minute, though. We are seeing a big group up here from MYS, and the portal has just closed, and they lost the Hooper. Just about to lose the Umbreon as well. It's going to try and come back to stop these scores, but just gets deleted by HD. They're not going to let them stop him at all, and they're going to continue with this as well because they know that they're taking that Regieleki. So we're seeing another 14-point dunk by the Zoro, and HT gets caught there by the Ice Beam. This Hooper, he's got support with the Eldegoss though, so this Cotton Spore, is it going to be enough for HT to run on out of here? This Eldegoss might have to give himself away. Oh, the Urshifu Unite disjointed! None for you, they say. HT is going to be laughing to the bank with that one. But it might come at the cost of that tier 1 goal zone. Oh man, so much action happening here in the bottom lane itself. HT coming close to actually TP back to base, but was stopped in his tracks as well. Of course, that created an opening for Team True Gravity to destroy that goalpost at the bottom side from Team MYS. We're just moments away. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the deciding match in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. We'll get to know who will be the winner, who's going to continue to crawl to the lower bracket, to the lower bracket finals up against Talent PH, and who will be eliminated in 4th place. Gonna back here. Oh, they spotted up the Umbreon and decides to actually go back to the portal. He's able to actually do so. No one has any form of abilities that can actually shove him away from that portal. Meanwhile, here, it seems that all eyes is going to be on the central area as Rayquaza has appeared. 206 to 202. We are so close in this matchup, so it's going to come down to this, folks. But at the moment, if MYS don't score, they're going to drop this series to True Gravity. They've managed to catch up the Umbreon. They're going to try and use the portal to get him out. They will successfully hopefully get him out. No knockouts, but I actually see Nightmare Foxy getting thrown up and deleted. 20 seconds off the board. Didn't even get to use a sidekick. Solaire now Ice trying to run away with his teammate Yemu. They're trying to back on out of here. We still see Yang doing his best on the Eldegoss, but again, it's just an Eldegoss. I think we're running out of juice here for MYS. 3 down, it's HT and Yemu. Can these two players somehow save the game? Can they maybe steal the Rayquaza? Can they buy some time? They're coming in. They want to get those last hits. They're trying to delay it as long as possible. Do not give them an opportunity. And that's going to be it. Team True Gravity. They get the Rayquaza. There's no HT. There's no Yemu. It's down to the supports. 206. Can they break their shields? Can they score their points? I think that's going to happen, Flavor. But we still have 50 seconds to go. Can MYS somehow turn this around?
Danny, can't believe them saying this, but Team True Gravity is doing it. They're dunking on the points currently 694 to 222, 202 on one Team MYS side. Now, despite Mallow holding on to this, gets sandwiched by between the Eldegoss, the Espeon together with the Lucario, but that's not going to be enough. Here comes the Hooper doing a little bit dunking, despite it being only 5 points, multiplied by 2, making it into a 10 at this current moment. Urshifu, even if you get stopped in your track, not going to be doing much. There is a 50 there in the hands of Wing. Oh, but gets kicked off here in the hands as well, and Urshifu gets on this Zoroark, especially with the Unite as well. The follow-up is not done yet. Here, holding on as much as possible, but I do believe even if they have all 5 team members to actually do for the scoring, they don't have enough being whole here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is it. Your winner here for the lower bracket semifinals. It is going to be Team True Gravity.
What a match, folks. We've just seen 2 amazing teams. We see someone about to collapse on this side of Team
Look
True
at their
Gravity.
expressions, Danny.
Look, I would be ecstatic. I know everyone tuning into this broadcast. I mean, this result is amazing as is. We had a great series between these two teams. It was not a fluke. It wasn't luck. It was hard work. It's all the effort these two teams have put into the entire tournament, and it all came down to this, that final